Mr. Chancellor, I now invite Antoun Shahin of the class of 2022 to deliver the valedictory address. Antoun.
A question, why did you all stop clapping? It's a moment that I want to take an advantage for and milk it. Come on. Never mind, Mr. Goldblum. We're going to talk to people in post-production to stretch it and make it longer. Thank you. Okay. Faculty, parents, dignified guests, my fellow graduates, the champions of 2022, and all my family members and friends who are watching us live all the way from back home Syria. Bonne soirée et bienvenue, hello and welcome. Je suis honoré d'être le premier major de promotion syrienne à Bishops. I'm honored to be the first Syrian valedictorian at Bishops University so far. Bienvenue and welcome to the dreamland. And by that, I mean Bishops. Yeah, Bishops is the dreamland. And I'll tell you why in a bit. But before, I do want you, my fellow graduates, to remember your feelings when you first entered the quad or the first time you entered a class. You probably thought that you're coming here just to get an academic degree, make friends, and leave. But you know what? Can you imagine how lucky we are to have a community that did not allow us to leave with only the piece of paper that we're going to get today, like the A4 or A3 probably? How amazing is to be as prepared as we are right now, both academically and socially, upon graduating from Bishops? How amazing is to leave here with more than what we expected when we entered? That's why attending Bishops should be considered a great gift to all graduates. And this is one of the reasons why do I call Bishops a dreamland. Because here, on this land, with the starting point being this campus, the impossible is possible. Anything you can dream about might turn into reality. And that dream might come true at any age, because Bishops is the land of opportunities. During my freshman year, I asked an alumnus a simple question, which was, what things Bishops had offered to you other than the education required that could be used in the outside world? And his answer was simple and nice. He basically said, the campus life we experienced that gave us the knowledge, the skills, the confidence, and the experience to help us make our future and world better. And trust me, now after I graduated, I'm able to relate my experience to the alumnus answer, and I'll prove it to you. I asked you earlier to remember your feelings the first time you entered the quad or a class. So I'm going to tell you about my feelings, how I felt that time. I was afraid and completely lost. I'm not ashamed to say that, of course. But you know why? Because my first day at Bishops was during my first week in Canada, and alone. I didn't know anyone here. I didn't know where I was. I felt lost because I started university at the age of 20, which was a big deal for me. I was afraid because Bishops chose me. I didn't choose Bishops, for which I was, I am, and I will be forever grateful. In 2018, when I was 20, I came to Canada, or to Bishops, sorry, as a refugee student, with a scholarship provided by the university with the help of a non-profit organization called World University Services of Canada. Bishops and its sponsorship committee welcomed me warmly, with open arms. And I remember talking to them, telling them how afraid I was of attending the O Week because of the culture shock that I got there. But I also remember the second amazing culture shock that I had, which was how nice and welcome and supportive everyone was with me. When I got to Bishops, trust me people, I wasn't able to offer a complete sentence in English. I remember telling my professor, running behind like Dr. Layashi and Dr. Nelly and Professor Sarah, that I can't understand what are you talking about. Like, I can't even understand, like, what are you explaining? And my English is not my first language, so I can't catch up on everything. And probably someone knew about my story. Probably it's a faculty member, probably it's a member of the community, or probably one of you people left me a small note on my residence door with a famous quote for Christopher Robin when he said to Winnie the Pooh, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Can you imagine how supportive everyone was? Like, the community is incredible here. Then in my second semester, I decided to start integrating more into the community, to start speaking the language. So I'd start joining activities such as the intramurals tournament that we have for all sports. And I start working with Sodexo at the gym smoothie bar in the winter 2019, and then I moved in the summer also with Sodexo to Duis, and then also during the fall of 2019 to the library cafe also with Sodexo. But then COVID hit. COVID hit, but Bishops didn't want to shut down. So they launched the famous program, which is the Online Learning and Technology Consultant Program, the OLTC one. And I was able to join a pioneer people from faculty, students, and IT people to work and achieve the university's ultimate goal, which was making sure that every single person at the university felt comfortable with both online learning and online teaching. And yes, my fellow graduates, we made it. But they made it too. And by they, I mean all the faculty members, all the IT people, all the people behind the scenes, because we all do it through sharing our screen, muting and unmuting ourselves, kicking our friends from the meeting. And it went through all the obstacles and ups and downs. So if you do me a favor and we can give them an applause too. Sorry, I know I have talked a lot about myself, but let me relate everything I talked and my experience to the alumnus answer. And why do I call Bishops a dreamland? The Bishop's life experience he talked about includes any activity or event that Bishop's community organized in order to let us connect with each other and have balance in life. The skills came from the work opportunities that Bishops has for its community in order to grow and be rich in life. And for confidence, take me as an example. Take me as an example of the confidence that Bishops can nurture. From being a person who barely understood and spoke English to a person giving a speech and in English in front of more than 700 people today. I haven't forgotten the last part of the alumnus answer, which was the experience to help us make our future better and word better. And in my opinion, this is where the most important quality of Bishops comes into play. Because the purpose of the sponsorship that I received is to help young refugee students all over the world to have a better life, a better education, and better future. And you know what? Bishops agreed to be part of that national program 30 years ago, because it believed that everyone deserved to have a better future and a better education and better life. Now, I want you, my fellow graduates, to relate your experience to the alumnus answer, and you'll see how we are all gifted for having attended this dreamland. And after that, I would like you to remember the famous saying that we see the moment we enter the quad on daily basis, which says, "Remember how you entered and be proud of how you leave." By the way, I'll take the time and tell you, like, people, you look amazing today. I mean it. And now, Before concluding, I would like to tell you something that Jim Carrey said before. Today, my fellow graduates, you are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. And after you walk through those doors today, you will have only two choices, fear or love. Choose love, and don't ever let your fear turn you against your playful heart. And I will add to that, please choose love, and remember to be ambitious, be purple, and be you. Jumping to the conclusion, first, I would like to thank everyone, but especially Principal Goldblum and everyone behind the scenes and all the faculty members for everything they've done for us. And I would like to thank everyone who kept their continuous support to the BU Refugee Program on and off campus. I mean, Jesse Damon and Lisa McRae and all other people behind, like off campus right now and on campus. I would like, I love you. I would like to thank my friends who came today, which I think they're there, for supporting me 24/7 every day. And I would like also to thank my family and friends back home in Syria, who've always been there, standing by my side, far from the eye, close to the heart. I'm not in a position in life to give you advice, but I do want you, my fellow graduates, to remember something. Remember to thank yourself, because you are the only person who has always been there for you. You are the only person who has woken up with you every morning and gone to bed with you every night for your entire life, on the hardest nights and on the most difficult moments. You are the only person that has been there every second for you of every day of your entire life. Second thing I would like to conclude with is a couple appreciation. My fellow graduates, if your parents are around you today or have supported you before, please appreciate having them around, because some people doesn't have them today to celebrate their success. I want you to appreciate every moment you had here at Bishop's. You know why? Because there are tons of people outside in the world wishing to have 1% of the life we are having right now. I would like you to remember all the feelings we are having right now, all the amazing times, all the amazing memories we made during O Week, St. Patrick's Day, Halloween, varsity games, and all other activities or events. And if you live in Linux, you'll know what I'm talking about. I want you to remember how frustrating it was that the train passes through Linux Vegas at 5 a.m. with the annoying horn. I know Bishop's is hard to leave, but keep in mind what probably Winnie the Pooh said also. And I'll make it in the plural instead of singular. How lucky we are to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. And finally, I would like to follow the tradition of after each valedictorian speech and ask you, my fellow graduates, to do me a favor, to stand up and to show everyone here how do we celebrate our success by singing for one more time, Raise a Toast. Are you ready? Raise a toast to Bishop's University on the mighty Mississippi shore. We're conditioned to our fate. We will never graduate. We will stay here forevermore. College days will leave ever. Wearing gown. I lost. Unto victory. So raise your beer mugs and the little brown jugs to Bishop's University. Woo! Thank you so much.
Thank you, Antoun. You really touched all our hearts.